Hello, math model students, and welcome to Simple and Compound Interest. Today we are going to be calculating simple interest and also compound interest. And for compound interest, we are going to use the program that you guys put into the calculator last week. So make sure you've got your TI Nspire and make sure you've got your assignment. So let's jump right in. When you're doing simple interest, as you saw in the previous video, this is the interest that is the same every year because the principal doesn't change. So you just figure out interest equals principal times the rate times the amount of time. So we're going to look at number 1 to start with. First, we need to figure out whether this is a simple interest or compound interest problem. In general, it's actually pretty easy to do. If you see something about compounding periods, it's going to be compound interest. Otherwise, if you see nothing like that, it's going to be simple interest. So number 1, does it talk about compounding, any compounding periods, anything like that? No, it doesn't. Just $54,000 at 9% for 6 years. Looks like this is a car with a horrible interest rate, by the way, and a pretty long loan period. So shame on these people. Anyway, so take your principal. Your principal is the amount that you're starting with on your loan. So in this case, $54,000. Then you're going to take your interest rate and go ahead and turn it back into decimal format. So as you know, you're going to take 9%, and that is 0.09 for 9%. And then you're going to multiply that by the amount of time. So take 54,000 times 9% in decimal form times 6 years. Grab calculator. I'm just going to use the scratch pad there, and I'm going to multiply these together. So 54,000 times 0.09 times 6 years. And I get $29,160. Now this is the interest. So interest equals 29,160, which is absolutely bat crazy, by the way. Okay, so now if you wanted to find the full balance, the full amount that you paid for this car, I guess, I hope you don't ever pay, you guys don't ever pay 9% interest on a car. That's insane. That is insane. But if you needed to find the full balance, you would then take the principal plus the interest, and that would give you your full balance. So you would take 54,000 plus 29,160. You can buy a whole new car for that. A really nice, a whole new car. My goodness. And add those together. Oh goodness. $83,160. It's your full balance. It's insane. And apparently this shameful person paid that for a car, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully not. Okay, so that's simple interest. It's just principal times the rate times the time. That gives you the amount of interest. Then to find the full balance, take principal plus interest. And there you go. Now let's look at compound interest. Compound interest, if you remember from the previous video, is what you get when you add on interest to the principal. So even though the rate might stay the same, the amount of interest you get each time actually keeps going up, assuming this is an investment account or something like that. It keeps going up because the principal is going up. So instead of using the interest formula, we're going to use the program that you guys wrote. So you will find it in my documents, and then go to transfers from October 4th, and it's called compound int. And if it asks you about saving, just put no. Okay, so this, if you'll recall, many of you probably remember typing that formula in. That's the compound interest formula. So instead of using that every time, we're actually just going to use your program. You'll need to go to the second tab. You can go to the second tab, or you can actually just press Menu, check Syntax and Store, and then Run. Kind of up to you. Anyway, you're going to see compound int right there. Then just press Enter. And it's going to ask you if you're looking for the principal, the balance, or the interest. On this sheet, I just want you to find the balance and the interest, but when you get to the next assignment, which is in the next video, sometimes it's going to depend. So you're going to have to pay more attention to how it's worded. Okay, so for this one, just go ahead and put balance. Okay, and then put OK. And then the interest rate. Now this time, believe it or not, you do not have to convert this to a percent. Just enter 15.9. Don't put the percent sign, just 15.9. We accounted for that when we wrote this. Okay, compound, number of compounds. This is daily. So think to yourself, how many days in a year? So typically, most years, there are 365 days in a year. So compounded daily means that there are 365 compounding periods in a year. So put 365, press enter. The number of years, we have 3 years. And then our principal that we started with was 1,250. You don't have to put a dollar sign, you don't have to put a comma, just the number, and then put OK. And if everything worked correctly, it should actually spit out everything for you: the principal, the ending balance, and the interest. So let's jot those down. Our ending balance $2,013.83. And the interest we earned is $763.83. And that's basically it. That's how you use the program. Let's do one more of those. So let's do 9. Let's do number 9. Okay. So first you have to decide, is it simple or compound interest? So remember, if it doesn't say anything about the compounding periods, then it's going to be a simple interest problem. So this is going to be simple interest. That means I figure out interest by taking principal times rate times time. My principal is $4,000. My rate is, remove your decimal point, 0.108. And my time, I'm going to convert that to a decimal. 7 3/4 is 7.75. So think about 3/4 and a dollar is 75 cents. So this is 7.75 years. So multiply all that together. I'm just going to pull up the scratch pad again. 4,000 times 0.108 times 75 years is 3,348. So the interest equals $3,348. Oh, which ain't half bad, really. Okay, so then if I wanted the full balance, I would take the principal plus the interest. So principal plus interest. And then I would get $7,348 for that one. Okay, let's do one more compounding one. So look around, see if we have a compounding one somewhere near. Oh, there's plenty of them. Oh, let's do number 10. Okay, so I'm gonna escape to get rid of the scratch pad. Now, once you're in this screen already, you can just press var, and there's compound int right there. So var is right there. You're pressing var, and then compound int. And then it's just like we did earlier. You have your program there, press enter, and which answer are you looking for? So again, on this assignment, we're going to be looking for the full balance. But as you saw before, it tells you everything. It's so helpful. Then put your interest rate in. You don't have to move the decimal point for this one. Compounded, oh, this is compounded daily again. For 2 years. And we started with $485 in this account. Okay, so we ended up with an ending balance of $650.73, and the interest is $165.73. So let me write that down. Our balance is $650.73, and our interest earned, or maybe interest paid, who knows, is $165.73. Okay, so that's it for those examples. Go ahead and finish this assignment. You have small group options with one of the teachers in the class. And thanks for watching.